everybody, it's Mama Bear Mel. My last video I told you about Little V's shipment from Ohio Connections Academy, all of his supplies including his laptop, his books, and materials, stuff like that. Today I'm going to tell you about Miss GiGi's little package that she got today. Once again, I already have the laptop out. This is what they received. They receive a laptop with the charger cords. I purchased both kids a computer sleeve to kind of protect the laptop, kind of keep all the scratches and the dust and everything else that can get on it off of it, so that we're able to return it the same way we received it. I also got each of the kids their own mouse. They still have the little tabs in until the first day of school. This is so we don't run out of our battery early. The laptops are an HP. They are 15.6 in size. So let's dive into what my 5th grader, Miss Gigi, got. Okay, so let's see what little Miss Gigi got this year. Okay, so she also got the universal stereo headset. I love this thing. These are for live lessons. However, if you ever have 2 students in the same room doing videos or even live lessons at the same time, or, you know, they got the discovery videos and the reading eggs, stuff like that. You don't want them to disturb each other. Now, some families will have the kids in separate rooms, and that works wonderful for their family. However, I prefer to have both Little V and Princess Gigi in the same room. I actually set up camp between the two. That way I am available to help them at a moment's notice. At the same time that they're doing schoolwork, I'm either working, you know, I plan with the homeschooling, I would work with Little V a little bit more. Carmela's pretty self-learning. She's really good at it. However, I think with the technology aspect of connections, she may need me a little bit more, so I plan on having both of them, you know, by my side. So these will help tremendously. Let's see here. She got her health and physical ed kit, physical education kit. It comes with a jump rope and an elementary yoga DVD set of 2. This is going to be lots of fun. She loves to do that kind of stuff. Okay. She also got is the science kit. Now this is a little bit larger than Little V's science kit, but with her being in an older grade, I kind of expected it. She's going to be doing a little bit more advanced experiments, and it comes with a cylinder and some modeling clay and a compass, which she already knows how to use. She learned that at Girl Scout camp. Just all kinds of goodies in this one. I think it's going to be lots of fun. I am hoping that I can kind of collaborate their science experiments a little bit. We used to do that in our homeschooling, but I'm hoping with Connections we can kind of do that a little bit so I don't have 2 separate science experiments going on in my kitchen at the same time. If not, I'll probably run the scheduler and have it to where their science are on different days so they each get that special attention with working on their experiments. Let's see what else she's got. We're getting the goodies out first. Okay, so this is her art 3 to 5 kit. So she has gotten an art set, some paint brushes, some drawing paper pad. To be honest, Little V and Princess Gigi, they have a tremendous amount of art supplies. We've done a lot of crafts in our regular homeschool, as well as when Princess Gigi was in Girl Scouts last year. I was craft mom, so we have quite a bit of leftover. So while this art kit will probably be a good starter kit for us, we're probably going to end up using a lot of the craft supplies just to kind of supplement a little bit. You'll find that with these kits, they're great. Some people can make them last all year. I will tell you from experience with having past students at Connections, they're fantastic until about January, when you got to go to the store and kind of get them a new art kit, because kids love art and they're going to use it up. Okay, let's see what else we have for her. Now, in Little V's video, I made the comment that you get these course guides every grade, every subject. I was mistaken. I retract that statement. With the younger grades, you kind of do, because it will walk you through. It's kind of like a teacher's manual. With the older grades, you don't get them for every class. However, there's always ways to help your student be able to do their work. If I remember correctly, and I'll have to check, been busy lately doing the orientations and the tutorials and learning all the new stuff, because it's been a while since we've been at Connections. The last time we were there with the older grades, if you were signed in under your account, you can go into their planner from your homepage and be able to see basically the course guide that way. To be honest with you, I think it saves shelf space. I think it makes it more streamlined. However, I'm also one of those people who like the feel of a good book. So for 5th grade, we got Social Studies 5A and 5B, and Science 5A and 5B. No math, no language arts, but like I said, I'm going to be checking online and seeing if I'm able to get to them through those. If not, I'll contact the teachers and say, hey, you know what can I do to help my student? These teachers are more than happy to help you. They'll walk you through anything that you need to know that they actually know. Just so you know, I mean, they're going to help you make sure that your child has a great education. Okay, so we have our Wonders handwriting book. What I really love about this is the fact that it teaches cursive, or basically has cursive help. Most kids, it says 3 to 6, so most kids in 3rd grade, they're starting cursive, so this works great with them. Princess Gigi actually started a little bit sooner, but I love the fact that this is practice, because you can never get too much practice. I am a strong believer of the next generation knowing cursive, so this made me very happy. I will point out that it says Wonders. That is the language art curriculum. Now, like I said, we were in Connections before. It's been some years. So we had Reading Street for 5th grade for my son. But then again, he's going to be a 9th grader this year, so it's been a while. I'm very excited to jump into this Wonders, kind of a change of pace. I know last year with our traditional homeschooling, Reading Street is what we used, so I was a little more comfortable moving on with Little V's Reading Street, but this Wonders, I find it quite interesting. I'm interested to see how well she does with it. The next book we have is the Your Turn practice book. Like I said, Wonders, they're all Wonders. And this is basically more practice in the concepts that she's going to be learning. It's a practice book, basically. You practice in it. After that, we have grammar practice. I love the concept of these younger kids getting grammar practice. And to be honest with you, I think they get a little bit more through Connections than they do at regular school. And I love it because, to be honest, like I said in my last video, I'm in college to become an elementary school teacher. I love working with kids, and my fellow students that I'm in class with, a lot of them struggle with grammar, and a lot of them are younger than me. And I honestly think that if we could get more practice of grammar in our elementary school students, as well as middle school and high school, I think once the next generation hits college, I don't think they're going to have as big a problem as I am seeing with my fellow students, or my fellow classmates. Okay, and then we have the Close Reading Companion. Really like this because this pulls even more practice with reading comprehension. If you cannot comprehend what you're reading, you're going to have a hard time understanding the information in any of your subjects. So I strongly believe in that, and I really like the idea of this book. And then we have 2 hardbound books. We have Reading and Writing Workshop, and then we have Literature Anthology, both of which are good and sturdy. And she is very excited to get into both, so that makes me happy. She's excited about school. That's what matters. Okay, now with the math, remember the big math book that little V had? Well, Princess Gigi actually has 2 books, and they're a little bit more manageable. But what I like about them is They are to where you are able to write right there inside of it, learn the math, be involved with it instead of having to copy everything down to a piece of paper. But see, here's what I really like about it. If we were to decide, oh, it's a beautiful day, let's go do math in the park, you know, let's go sit at a picnic table. We'll get our math done, and then we'll play for a little bit. She doesn't have to carry her math book, and then a notebook, and then her writing utensils, and then because, you know, the supply list says get a calculator, so then her calculator. All she needs, put her calculator in her back pocket, grab her math book, grab a pencil, couple pencils, and off we go. So that I really like. Okay, the next two sections I'm actually very excited about. So we have a workbook for our social studies, and this year she is going to be learning about the United States, which is very exciting. Like I said, workbook, but the best part of that is this book right here actually reminds me a little bit of my elementary school days, because it is a hardbound book. Like it's not a workbook. It's not, you know, the soft cover, you know, it's a hardcover book. I love the idea that she's actually getting a little bit excited about getting some book covers. So that might be lots of fun for us. Same thing with math. With math, you got the reading and writing workbook, which will help you not only learn the concepts, but building skills. It has vocabulary words and stuff like that where you don't just learn the concepts, you learn the words and what they mean behind them. So I really like the idea of that. And like I said, next two sections, this is also a very hardbound book. It's a hardcover, like hardcover. Love the idea of this, especially for 5th grade. I mean, my kindergartner, little V, he's going to be a little hard on his books. But if it was a thick book like this with science, the second it would get a crease in it, he would lose it because he likes to keep everything nice and neat. Princess GiGi's the same way. So with it being a hardbound book, we can put a book cover on it, make sure it stays nice and clean, make sure it stays nice, period, to be able to send back whenever at the end of the year. And the next student that gets it gets a nice hardbound book, not one with creases in it or anything like that. Okay. And then last but not, well, actually, no, not last but not least, because we got two more things here. As I said, in Little V's, you will get a packing list, basically an inventory list of everything you got. Comes in 2 sheets. Once again, it was at the bottom of the box, so I didn't get to pull it out first. But I will go through and I will check off, highlight, however, whatever works for you, do it. Make sure you have every piece that you need to have. If you do not have it, make sure that you call customer service, because they will be able to walk you through on how to get the rest of your supplies. Finally, once again, we have a welcome aboard for the 2017 school year. It's going to be a great year. Yes, it is. And inside this, you got the tips to help new families start strong. That's all. I read the inside of Little V's. And it's not just for new families. It will help returning families start strong. This is going to be a great year, as it says. It's going to be a great year. If you like what you see and want to see more content on our year, this year of virtual schooling, our kindergartner, Little V, and our 5th grader, Princess Gigi, please give a like below. And be sure to subscribe. Have a good night and have a great school year.